Previously on the Data Factory.
Let's have a look inside a typical SQL server. So with that, the installation is complete and the file type is MDF, also referred to as a primary data file. It's ready for us to reuse. That was creating a table, insert into batch and go. Is null, that is percent at the beginning and at the end. Also here, let us mention a date. You have all the records except the top two. Reporting list of employees with lowest salary. It is not monitored in the log data file. This is a very intuitive one. It shows what all tasks SSIS has performed. Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Data Factory. Let's move ahead and look at what are we going to cover in this session. Today we introduce you to schemas within database. Now often you have come across schemas while querying data, etc., and you might see that it appears prefixed along with the table name while you look at the object explorer. Let's show it for you. Now here in the tables we see that these are the two tables that we had created in the earlier episode, which appear over here. Okay, now you see that there are prefixes, okay, and this is the same one. It is DBO. It essentially means database owner, and it is a default schema, right? Now what are schemas? Schemas are essentially database objects that are used to group multiple tables or views, procedures, etc. Okay, for your easy reference, I have made notes over here, and coming to the purpose. Okay, so the purpose is for easy data access and security management. Let's say for example we have 50 views being created for business purpose. Out of these 25 are very crucial to the business, and that needs to be accessed only by super admins, but the remaining 25 are such that it needs to be updated on a daily basis by analysts. So what do we do for easy access and security, right? We move these 25 into a new schema, say DBO underscore analyst or anything. The name doesn't matter over here. And once we move these 25 to DBO analyst, we just define the properties of this particular schema and manage access and security at that schema level, that is DBO analyst. Hope that made simpler the objective of a schema. Let's move into creating and using schemas. To start with, let's do a full screen. We are already logged into the instance, and perfect. Let's use the table name that we had created in the earlier episode. In case you haven't watched the earlier episode, it was about importing and exporting data out of your database and into your database via Excel. Okay. And therein we created something named as ProdDB. Let's use ProdDB for today's episode. We will create a schema. Let's create two of them. Now the format is the convention goes like this: create schemas, schema name, let's create a second one. Okay, we need to separate the execution, else it won't run. What's happening here? What is the problem? Okay, so there's already an object named schema1 in the database. Let's move the S and create schema1 and schema2. Okay, should be fine. Okay, good. Let's create tables. Create table name, not schema, it's schema 1, we'll create two tables. Okay, with 3 columns. What am I doing today? Call 1 int, call 2 int, and call 3, let's have it as a date. Let's create a second one, schema 2 table 2. Okay, or else just have it, let's have it in schema 1 only. Okay, we will remove the last column over here. Let's execute. Commands executed successfully. We need to verify as well. Let's verify this particular step wherein we created both these schemas and the tables within them. Alt Shift Enter. So we created schemas, and schemas are available in, let's do this for you. Okay, so schemas are available via this particular folder path, that is prod.db. We go to security, and under schemas we see that there are no schema 1 and schema 2. We just need to refresh and those will be there. Okay, you see the schema 1 and schema 2 are created. Okay, now tables also are created. Let's refresh. Okay, we have table 1 and table 2 under the same schema, that is schema 1. Perfect. Let's move ahead, get back to the full screen. What do we need to do? Let's store data into above tables. Okay, brilliant. Insert into table 1 values, let's keep it simple. Okay, 2019 08 31, that's August. Let's copy and repeat it. Let's have it as a third record. Let's have a 3 for the int values, and let's have a 2 here. 20 21. Cool. Why have a date? We want to introduce you to get date function. Let's insert data into table 1. Let's not execute but show you the use of two-part naming convention. Okay, perfect. So we have inserted 3 rows into table 1. How do we verify the data? Select staff from schema 1 dot table 1. There you go, we have it. And also it's essential for you to know that the date formats herein are inside single quotes, and we mention it as YYYY, MM and DD. Also the get date function that you see here, it essentially gives us the current date. So today's date, while we are recording this one, is 3rd September, and so we see the particular date over here. Cool. Now let's move ahead and try to migrate or transfer a table from one schema to the other one. So earlier we have seen that how to create a table, and while creating only define the schema, but herein what we will do is a table is already existing into a particular schema, we'll just alter that schema. So again, see, it's so easy, right? So while speaking only, I'm just uttering alter, and what we are going to use is alter only. So alter schema and transfer. These are your keywords. So what do we wish to transfer? We wish to transfer table 1, okay, from schema 1 to schema 2. Cool. Let's do this. Perfect. How do we verify? Let's do a select star over here. And previously we were executing table 1 with associated with schema 1, but now let's do a schema 2.table1. We should have the same table over here. Perfect. So this is your 2-part naming convention. Let's introduce you to the 3-part and 4-part. It's nothing but what is 3 and 4. So it's kind of inside out. So we have table, on the top we have schema, on the top there's DB, and finally we have the instance name. So let's use the same query, should be faster. And so on the top of schema, what do we have? The DB name, right? So it should be prod DB. Once we execute, the same result will be appearing, and prod DB is essentially a part of our server. Server instance. Alt Shift Enter. Let's copy the server name from here because it's pretty long. Won't be able to remember it. Okay. Let's just paste it over here. Okay, so we have a lot of special character, so safe to use third brackets, else it won't execute. Okay, so there you go, it's done. And you might think that, okay, fine, what is the use of part naming, right? This one or this one? Why increase so much of time spending typing? But yeah, there is a specific use. Say you wish to refer a particular table while you are in fact connected to a different database. Okay, let's do it here. Use master. Okay, I'm no more connected to my prod DB, or I'm no more referring, but still I can use the table 1 from prod DB, essentially like this, or in fact I can use this as well. But first one won't work, right? See, the first one won't work. It will throw us an error, right? It's an invalid object. There's no object name as schema.table1 within the master database. Before closing our episode today, let's introduce you to a interesting utility named Synonym. So essentially, say we are sitting within the master. Don't say actually we are sitting in the master database or connected to the master database, and multiple times we are writing queries wherein we need to refer to this particular table 1 that is created in prod DB. So obviously, typing it multiple times again and again, that's pretty much a hassle. So what we do is we create a synonym. So it goes like this: create synonym, say the short form, let it be tab. Okay, for why not have it here, the full 4-part. Okay, remember we are still in the master database, so let's select data from the synonym that we have for the table. Select star from tab, right? Cool, there you go. So with that, we come towards the end of today's episode. See you in the next one. Till then, cheers, have a nice remaining part of the day.